I just sip my drink and pose for the photos. Die for my friends, mix liquor with the soda. Low key mobbing, heart grown colder. Live for the moment, die when I'm older.
Ah, it's a low energy day, so I would know. And they're saying they don't hear anything on all the streams. Ah,
Yeah.
on my profile. Nice. So, let's do the introductions again. Start it again, Trey. From the top. Run it back.
Run it back.
Top. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, in the technical ring between it's your boy Trey Proper.
It's your boy Weekend Herb.
And it's Larry the Lagster, your boy Mr. Petty.
Again, it's your favorite second first lady, Trey. Just so you know, you look very tanned because it's dark in there and you have on a white shirt. So you look very melanated, just so you know. To me at least.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm jealous. It's not shade. It's not. It's not.
And I am your favorite almond-colored, big-armed bastard. I am Rickstro.
Big arm bastard. That should be a shirt. BBB.
Thank you guys for joining us here on Blerds and Whiskey Live. We got a great show as always lined up for you. It is a little bit low energy, but that's because it was up late last night drinking something horrible. More on that later.
Drinking
yes.
Satan's brew. That's what it is.
I'm just trying to get over it. This week I'm doing Whistle Pig, ginger ale, and a little bit of lime juice because I got to keep it citrusy. That's what I'm drinking this week.
Of course.
Jose Cuervo Margarita.
Cuervo.
Cuervo.
Cuervo. Quavo is a rapper. Cuervo.
Cuervo.
Herb.
It is.
I'm drinking Whistle Pig.
Just
I'm
go
just
along
drinking
with
Whistle
it,
Pig. Rocks.
That's it. Until they give us a fucking what's the name?
No, Herb. Don't even die on that
you're
hill.
giving it
Don't
to
even
us.
die on that
They're
hill,
not
Herb.
gonna
Don't
give
even
it
die
to
on that
us.
hill,
They
Herb.
can't even pronounce it. They're not gonna give it.
Right. He's like, give me money or I'll say this name right. You just hold the English language by hostage.
At this point, you done fucked up their name so bad. They're gonna start treating us like Quavo treats Offset right now and not talk to us ever.
He's holding the bottle like, yo, give me. He's like, my demands are simple.
Plus, I don't understand why you calling it Cuervo anyway if your favorite rapper is Silk the Shocker. Like, come on now.
Here we go with this shit. Here we go with this shit.
It's picking up steam. It's picking up steam, and I love it.
Who turn was it? I don't even remember.
It's yours.
It's yours.
It's yours.
Oh, it's mine. I'm drinking everybody's favorite hood wine. You know, I'm staying true to my people. Last week it was Broke People's Champagne. This week it is everybody's favorite purple Hennessy, that good old Taylor Port. There we go.
Why are you
Okay.
doing
Two words I think would ever become the same sentence.
Yeah. After last night's drinking of terrible stuff, I decided that I'm gonna try and change it up a little bit. I was supposed to do a Douce Colada, but I didn't have any frozen fruit, so right now I'm just doing some Douce, and ginger ale.
Okay.
Wait. You said we drank something terrible last night? What are you talking about? I don't remember.
Oh, you don't? Yeah, I bet you don't remember because that shit blanks out your memories. But we shot some new episodes of Thirsty Thursdays last night.
There we go.
Thirsty Thursdays is back in there, and we coming back at y'all with some heat, also with some terrible faces because Mr. Petty here is Mr. Petty here is a glutton for punishment, and yeah, we got a Malort series coming at y'all. I don't know why the fuck we did it. I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know what demon that he made a deal with that we had to do this shit to come back, but we did it. They filmed. They're going to be edited and brought out to you very soon.
I'm very excited that I was not asked to be a part of those episodes because I would have died. Would be dead,
But
right.
did you though?
But I almost did.
I did die. I died. Like this is my spectral form. Like my real body died on the way home last night.
No, that means I'm dead.
Yeah.
No, that because I drove you. Like no.
You were the ferryman to the other side of the river Styx.
You gold coins, that motherfucker.
Funny thing is, I did throw a quarter at you yesterday, so that makes sense.
Wait, what?
Repeatedly.
No.
Yeah. Where is that quarter? Damn it. I should have put it in my pocket. Anyway. All right. So everybody got their drinks out. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
All
going on
right.
to first announcements. The guy just said, be sure to tune in this Thursday for the newest episode this season of Thirsty Thursdays. Second.
Hold on. Just want to caveat that by saying that Thirsty Thursdays has its own separate YouTube channel now. So it's Thirsty Thursdays, plural, B and W. Letter B, letter N, and the letter W. So Thirsty Thursdays, B and W. Search that up on YouTube. You'll find us. Like, share, and subscribe so you can get your fresh episodes of us almost dying.
Alrighty. So
So
third
bad.
week, guys, like we said last week, we got new merch that we got. If you go on to Blerds and Whiskey shop, you can get merch on Etsy. You can get caps, hoodies, barbecue aprons, backpacks, Hoochie Daddy shorts. And they also have payment plans that you can get on Klarna. So be sure to go on our Etsy page and go ahead and get some new merch. All right.
Yep. We also got playing cards and drinking and mugs and all that other stuff. There's a wide variety of products that you guys can go in there and get.
All right. So going.
Jesus Christ.
It's freeze like that.
Cool.
I thought it was a king. I thought it was a king of lag over here.
All right. Steve Yeun. Did I say it right this time, right?
Yes.
Okay. He has been casted on the new movie, The Thunderbolts, that's going to be coming out soon. I believe, was it next year?
Thunderbolts is scheduled to come out in 2024. So yes, it is next year.
Yeah. So, and also,
So real quick, can I elaborate on that a little bit?
Go ahead.
Remember, we bare bones today, nigga. We don't got that much. We got to elaborate on some of this shit. So Stephen Yeun has been cast in Thunderbolts. And so the scuttlebutt so far is that Stephen Yeun is going to be playing the secondary main antagonist. The main antagonist is going to be Val, while also being backed up by Thunderbolt Ross, who Harrison Ford is supposed to be playing in it. And it's apparently the talk is that Stephen Yeun, who's also came to flame as Glenn on The Walking Dead, will be playing a character by the name of Sentry. So, Sentry, Trey, I want to ask Mr. Proper himself, how are we feeling about Stephen Yeun playing Sentry? Look at his face.
How are we feeling or how am I feeling? How are you feeling or how am I feeling?
How are you particularly feeling?
It makes no fucking sense. Like, Sentry's a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white dude. Like, okay, I don't have a problem with palette swapping. I don't have a problem with it. But the Sentry? Come on now. He's a big he's another
He's like, I have a problem with it, but I have a problem with it.
I got a problem with this particular casting if it happens. Like, come on now. Like, Joe, he's supposed to be a blonde
villain.
But ultimately,
I mean, Mary J. Blige been walking around with blonde hair for decades, and ain't nobody said nothing about that. I'm just saying.
besides K-pop bands, how many blonde, blue-eyed Asians do you see out there?
A lot.
First of all, they make contacts for everything.
A lot.
I mean,
That is a terrible take, my dude.
Hold on a second. Have you seen
You
anime?
asked me how I
the way
feel
that the
about
world
I don't
is
like
set
in a
up,
while, my dude.
anybody can identify as an Asian, blonde-haired, blue-eyed person. Like, you just have to respect their identity.
I was about to say, and
I don't understand what the problem is.
Jersey Dre on Twitch says Android 18. You're right. I'm shutting up.
I mean, in anime, just period.
I mean, so honestly, I kind of like it because of the duality of the character. You have Sentry, who is kind of like who in his basis is just like that another Superman allegory. But then you have the other version of Sentry, the Void, the Void, who is just evil incarnate. You know what I mean? And I think Steven Yeun is somebody who has the versatility and the ability to play the duality of those two characters. So I'm kind of encouraged by it. I just like the fact that they're getting a good actor to play another villain, because we see the way that's working out with Kang right now. So I mean, I just like when they cast good actors in these roles. I think they can make anybody look like anything as far as it goes.
Hold up. Genocide Circus says, so is the Sentry going to be weak against baseball bats?
Shut the fuck up, Horace. Shut your goddamn mouth.
Oh, man.
Okay, so since we're doing bare bones, I'm actually going to expand on that real quick. About the whole villains thing. Have y'all noticed that like they get great actors to be villains, but the villains still kind of are written terribly? Like Christian Bale was Gore the God Butcher, and he just went off. They had I forgot who Hugo Weaving was in Thor. Thor has some great.
No.
Sorry, you're right. Hugo Weaving was Red Skull. I'm trying to remember who was the Dark Elf. I'm trying to remember specifically who was the Dark Elf. I believe it was one of the Doctor Who guys. But it's like
it was actually the guy that played Destro in the G.I. Joe movie. I forget his name, but he's an Irish actor.
Right, I figure he's one of the Doctor Who guys. But no, the thing is that like they got all these great actors in these like minimalist or barely to do roles. It's like that's why a lot of them don't be coming back, because it's like, oh, okay. Jeff Bridges was only in one movie. I mean, so it's like.
So the thing about that is actually Ironmonger was actually
get paid though. That's what I would be concerned about.
So they do get paid, but Ironmonger was supposed to come back in a lesser in a lesser role in the Avengers. He's supposed to be like a secondary villain in the Avengers. I think the issue is that I mean, for some reason like that the one that really pisses me off is the Gore the God Butcher place. Like Gore is supposed to be such a problem in the comics. Like he is a really terrifying villain, and I mean, I kind of put that emphasis on Taika Waititi and his whole, I'm just not going to be serious about any of this shit. It's fictional character. And to quote him exactly, they're fictional characters, mate. Who cares? I mean, and like he kind of took the shit and made a joke out of it. But I mean, it's that has been a bit of a problem in the MCU. But now we're kind of like I think we're moving to a place to where it's kind of getting better with that, because a lot of these villains are sticking around and they're having more recurring roles and they're popping up in places that you wouldn't expect them to pop up.
We'll see.
At this point, at this point, though, the most unstoppable villain in all of Marvel is fucking Batroc, because Batroc has had more appearances than any other villain.
That is true. That is true.
But moving on to the next church announcement. So apparently, Echo and Ironheart MCU shows have been pushed back. Rick, since you filled us in on it, why exactly are they being pushed back?
So actually, it came out earlier in the week that Echo and a couple other shows were being pushed back, as well as a couple movies. But it was clarified by the actress that plays Echo. She said on her Twitter that Echo will be coming out in October. So I believe the schedule right now for Marvel shows that we're getting this year is we get Secret Invasion in May, Loki in June,
July. I heard yesterday.
July, and then Echo in October. So I think we're getting some stuff pushed back, but it's getting like, and I think Agatha Coven of Chaos was supposed to come out this year, but that's clearly getting pushed back into next year. Ironheart is going to be into next year. They got to find a way to bring back Wanda, and they got to find a way to talk about it without making another Wanda show. But yeah, I think a lot of this stuff is being pushed back, and things are being held off a little bit because of this whole visual effects controversy. and people complaining and saying that they're overworked and underpaid and things of that nature. So I mean, it just makes sense to slow down your production and what you're rolling out constantly. So I mean, it's just a sensible move on Marvel's behalf to go with more quality over quantity.
Do you think it has anything to do too with all the timeline shifts that kind of took place in Phase 4? Because there was a lot of those, like where it was like, oh, this movie was originally supposed to come out first, but now this movie's coming out. So do you think because they kind of messed up the timeline a little bit on Phase 4, and that's the reason why they're trying to like reshuffle things for Phase 5?
That, and I also believe that they're just trying to give things some breathing room finally. Like Phase 4 was definitely jam-packed with a lot of stuff that is very forgettable. Like you had to sit back and realize, like, oh wow, we did have like 16 movies in one phase, whereas it's no longer an event. It's so like a couple of movies and then TV shows in between would have been cool. They could have easily shushed Phase 4 to like 5 and 6 if they really needed to, if they could have or they should have, but they didn't.
And also, go Trey.
Yeah, we have movies and shows.
Right.
Also keep in mind that we had a lot of stuff being messed up because of the pandemic.
COVID.
So
COVID, injuries, unexpected deaths. It was a lot of things that impacted Phase 4. So
also too, do you think it also has something to do with superhero fatigue?
Which is
I could see some of that.
I'm going to talk more about that when we get to our topics. I have more to say about that when we get into our topics.
All right. So here's something else that we literally just found out from was it IGN yesterday. IGN.
So we find out from me.
Avengers play that took place in in Hawkeye. Rogers, the musical, will be taking place coming up at Disneyland this summer. That should be interesting. Thoughts?
It's just
I don't even like musicals.
I really want to,
but superheroes, I'm not here for it. I don't like it.
The best part of this potential play is what we saw already on TV. That's it. It's going to be a catchy song, and that's it. I'm not spending any money to go see this shit. Like, no, this is just another Disney way.
I'm not flying to Orlando for that. I'm not buying a ticket.
That's in
Disneyland. It's in the Avengers campus is in California, and if you motherfuckers don't think that I won't go there and sing "I Can Do This All Day" with a shield in my hand, you are sorely my motherfucking mistaken. All right. I will definitely look into the ticket prices, and I will be out that bitch with a shield in my hand, pushing little kids. I can do this all day. Yo, I'm with it. I'm with it.
It's funny because I'm pushing little kids out of the way doing this shit.
I didn't know I wanted this, but I do want it, and I'm gonna go see it. That's what I'm gonna be doing for my birthday this year. God damn it!
Hey, real quick on Twitch, Drew Godoni says it's free in DCA with price of admission. Fair enough. I mean, that means Rick can be happy. He'll get in there for free.
I'm gonna go to the Pym Cafe and get me a giant chicken cutlet that's been exposed to enlarging Pym particles. Then I'm gonna go fucking sing the song with everybody.
All right. Jamaica F on YouTube says, interesting ain't the word. Money grabbing? Sure.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. But moving on. Mandalorian Season 3 is coming on Disney Plus this Wednesday. Personally can't wait. I'm ready for it. Because me personally, I didn't get in was it Anwar? The last Star Wars one? I don't know what it is. Andor, Anwar. I don't know.
What the fuck is Anwar?
That's a guy on YouTube. No, we gotta. Yo, what's the next few church announcements? We're gonna have to.
That's the last one as far as.
No,
tag me in.
Let's talk about Mandalorian and our expectations of Mandalorian.
Go ahead. What is your expectations?
I'm looking forward to it. I think that we might actually get to see. I'm hoping because I haven't seen the new trailer for the new season just yet. Did I freeze?
No, he's just laughing at Herb.
No, I just love you,
saw-
Herb. Herb,
No,
you just
it's
bring
fine,
so
it's
much
fine.
joy to my life. Like so much joy just gets brought to my life.
Look here.
No, I just realized you. No. He reads church announcements. He reads like Silk the Shocker raps. He'll get off word, and then he'll find his way back to it, and then it's just like, and then lots of screaming. Yeah,
No,
that's why Silk the
I
Shocker.
just Leroy Jenkins
So
the whole damn church announcement. Oh man, go ahead.
I can't wait to watch Anwar and his journey from East Orange, New Jersey, to get the black dark timberlands from the other side of Jersey, and how he figures out his way with his little nephew, Lil Greg, that he carries around in the little thing, and their continued journey. This nigga said Anwar. What the fuck is happening? Oh God! But no, seriously. If you guys didn't watch Andor, you are really missing out on like peak Star Wars show making. Like Andor was actually really, really fucking good, and it really is outside of the Skywalker family. Yeah, we know how Andor comes to his end, but the build up to who he becomes when you meet him in Rogue One is actually very, very intriguing. And it's a really good spy show. It's not like it's a sci-fi spy show, and it's actually really, really good movie making and TV direction. So I think I suggest you guys go back and watch Andor, but also the continued adventures of Cobb.
Watch and more. And more.
But I really am looking forward to the Mandalorian, especially after it hijacked the Book of Boba Fett after Episode 7 and just made it and Mandalorian 2.5.
You said Boba Fett, but I'm thinking about all the times that he fucked that up.
Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, Herbs. We need to create a new wall of Herbs words.
I mean, hey, I said you could have had endless merch doing this shit, but y'all was like, no, we can't do it. It's gonna be
No, we could. It's not that we couldn't do it. It's just that, like, my arms would get tired from typing up how many bad words you'd be mistyping. Like, like we have like too many shirts, man.
More merch.
Herb,
More
I love you so
Why
much.
the fuck
dude.
not?
I really
I'm just
do.
saying. But last but not least, Rick brought this up literally right as we started the show. Gen Z apparently is still mad about Tropic Thunder.
Who wants to start?
I feel like Robert Downey Jr. And I know that this sounds bad, but I feel like Robert Downey Jr. is the only person that I would ever give a free pass to for blackface, because that shit was just so.
He played who was playing a guy. He's
So the thing about this role that everyone always forgets is the fact that he literally is doing nothing but making fun of the people who do this. So he himself is not just putting on blackface. He's literally making fun of Hollywood, that the fact that they'll get an Australian to go to these extremes to as a pigmentation surgery instead of just hiring a black guy to play a black guy. That's the whole point of what he was doing. He's talking about the extremes of this. And that subtle nuance, I guess, even though it's not subtle because it's literally the first scene, is lost on a lot of people. Like, all they see is the blackface. Like, did you watch the movie? Did you see what he's doing? Did you actually see the character?
They have not watched the movie. Never watched the movie. They just see a screenshot of RDJ in blackface, and they don't take the time. They don't even know it's a fucking movie. Sometimes they just like, why is he doing that? Why is he doing that? Like, it's so unnecessary. But I'm not going to say it's. I'm not going to say it's all, but yeah, it's like there are a lot of people, even people our age, our generation, who haven't seen the movie and look at this situation and be like, oh, what's that? I'm not watching Iron Man. He did blackface. Shut the fuck up and go sit down somewhere. You sound like
hold on a second. You literally just pulled a Herb and not look at the fucking work that's right there.
What? Stop trying to make your mistakes happen. Like, stop trying to make fetch happen, man. Fetch ain't happening.
So the problem is, and in the world that we live in today, I'm not going to use I don't use Republican talking points, so I'm not going to use the phrase that everybody would put with this. But the problem that we're living in our society right now is that nobody gets subtlety anymore. You know what I mean? We can't make jokes about things because everybody wants to be victimized. So everybody wants to make themselves instantly the victim, and they don't want to, understand subtlety. People don't want to understand things. They don't want to comprehend what something is. It is the satire of method acting. That is what it is. That's the joke about this. The movie speaks about the ridiculousness of Hollywood and the things that are attributed to movies and somewhat serious subject matter. You know what I mean? Because that's a war movie about. They were making a war movie about actual heroes in that world, but it was made ridiculous by all of these caricatures of people that they were casting these roles. It was meant to be funny. It's meant to make you go, "Oh, this is ridiculous," but it's made to also make you be reverent and look at what is actually happening.
Right.
This is a nothing burger. This topic seems to come up every couple years. If it is making this movie feel way older than it is, the movie came out in fucking 2010, and this comes up so often. It feels like the movie came out 30 goddamn years ago because this constantly keeps coming up. I still love the movie. I still think it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. I'm still waiting on the Tom Cruise movie where he plays the executive and where he gets to play that executive character for a whole movie. But this is really just a nothing issue. It's people not understanding subtlety in comedy.
So if you do want to actually check out the movie, you can either look it up on YouTube, Hulu, or Amazon, or you can go on Spotify and search under Cult 45, and you'll see your boy Mr. Petty, who happened to do it with the crew of Cult 45, and we did a little synopsis and run through. So yeah, a little cheap plug there.
Still mad at Brandon for that because I specifically asked for that movie. I said, when you do Tropic Thunder, make sure you hit me up. I want to be on there. And who did they hit up? They hit up Dreadheaded Mephisto over there.
No,
am I the only one that's been on this show?
No,
yeah.
it wasn't on, and you dodged it last time, I guess, because you had to work. So that's the reason why. So.
I mean,
nigga, because I had to work.
Trey, I don't know how bad your memory is, but you would know if you were ever on the show or not.
Yeah.
I said, what I said was, if your fucking ears work, was I the only person that didn't do the show?
You're right.
I think
right.
Reed is only.
But it was Herb. No, y'all missed it. It was Herb saying you dodged it because you had to work.
That's literally what
you prioritizing.
Brandon said, "Yeah, you dodged this nigga," and then
being on the show.
This nigga trying to take care of his responsibilities and shit.
How dare you be responsible and go to work versus being on the show? That's basically what Herb just said just now.
But I say, Trey, you gotta keep in mind that Herb is a little mad because he's been banned from Cult 45.
Actually, I haven't. Because Brandon just said I'll be on the next what's the name? One of the next episodes. So
did he say which episode?
It's when what's the name? Randy goes ahead and looks at what's the name of that movie? It's called Don't Be a Menace in South Central while drinking your juice in the hood.
Nigga, it's not. It's gonna be Hot Boys. You gonna do your favorite Super Soccer movie?
You know what?
It's gonna be about it.
Oh god, that was an era I never want to. That was Tubi before Tubi was a thing.
It was. I hated all of those movies. I did. I ain't gonna hold you. I hated all of those ghetto ass Section 8 ass movies that they used to make.
All of them. The Down South rapper movie era is an era that will never be touched. Do y'all niggas forget the 3 6 Mafia movie? I forgot. What is it? Choices? Nigga, Choices is the greatest worst Tubi movie of all time. Choices should have got 55 Razzies before the Razzies were a thing.
I didn't even know this shit existed.
That movie debuted in the discount bin.
Nigga, it's LeChat playing a bad bitch. Please go and see Choices if you've never seen it.
But can we talk about the original Tubi movie? Because I feel like we have the perfect segue to the best Tubi movie that was ever created before Tubi was a thing.
It was a critical flop, but it was a box office success because, as you all know, we'll flock to see our own, especially back in those days. In 1985, we didn't have much going on for us. So, are we clear for that right now, or?
I'm pretty sure we are. Unless Herb has a hidden church announcement somewhere.
I have no more. I mean, hey.
All right, cool. We have today's character of the week segment about to roll out soon. I'm just also delaying in case we have any issues going on. But yes, she says the OG Tubi movie. Like I said, we didn't have much in 1985 when it came to representation. So here comes our character of the week and the final run for our Black History Month characters.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the character of the week. Happy Black History Month from Blerds and Whiskey. Today's character week is the Last Dragon himself, Bruce Leroy Green. Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon is a love letter from black people to black belt theater. If you grew up loving Wu-Tang, you grew up loving Barry Gordon's The Last Dragon. Barry Gordy. Whatever. Leroy Green was trained in the martial arts by his stereotypical sensei. It was the 80s. When his sensei got tired of shooting him with arrows and no longer was able to get hit by arrows, he told him, hey man, I've taught you everything I know. For some reason, Leroy heard that as an insult and he felt like he disrespected the master. No, and he begged for forgiveness and he's like, no, you don't understand. You're done, you've graduated, you're moving on to the next level. And he's like, well, I need to find the master then. So he gave him a cryptic message that was like, the last place you look is where you'll find this true master. So he went home. He comes home and he sees, he spent time with his family, his father, his mom, his little brother, the ungrateful grunt. His little brother showing him mad disrespect. He just don't see what the hood sees. Bruce Leroy is seen as a neighborhood superhero, local celebrity. He decides to go to the local theater and watch some Bruce Lee films because, hey, like I said, it's what he does. It's in a Dragon. He sees in the audience, you see like a mixture of black, white, and Asian, Puerto Rican, like all these different people just enjoying Bruce Lee just kicking the crap out of people. That was pretty much the message that the writer wanted to bring across for that movie, but that's a little behind the scenes stuff that no one really cares about. But I will say this though, this is where the antagonist of all antagonists comes through. The Shogun of Harlem. Tired of hearing these stories about Bruce Leroy. The ultimate showdown in the hood between these two people is pretty much the only thing that's stopping Shogun from being the ultimate supreme ruler of Harlem. Because Barry Gordy. He's just trying to find this ultimate master or the grandmaster or the master for him to learn this next level stuff. He don't got time to deal with someone else's ego who will apparently take cultural appropriation too far. Shonuff taunts him, does all these things to antagonize him into a fight. Meanwhile, his little brother has a crush on this, let's be wrong, we all had a crush on her too, but Vanity, I'm sorry, whatever her character's name, I don't even know what her character's name is, she's Vanity. So he falls in love with Vanity. Now, one thing we discover about Leroy when he's discussing with his little brother about, what to do on a date with Vanity, we find out that Leroy Green, that's one thing he ain't even mastered yet. Hell, he's a white belt in. Yup, he a virgin. At the same time, some local music mogul is trying to sign her to a contract. She ain't have it. So he does what anyone else does to take a no for an answer. Besides to kidnap her, because, gold records. So knowing that Leroy Green is pretty much the only person that can stand in his way between getting the contract that he wants from her and I guess the ultimate supremacy of Harlem, him and Shonuff now have a mutual enemy. So he convinces Shonuff, he's like, hey man, I'll pay you good money to beat the crap out of Leroy Green. Put you to a situation where you can't say no. It's like, hell yeah. So that's how we get where we at. So we have the ultimate showdown between Bruce Leroy and Shonuff Shogun of Harlem. 6'5" has no idea how to do martial arts. In fact, it was actually very frustrating for him because he's like, I am not a fighter. I'm not a martial artist. But in order for him to get certain fight scenes in a way to get this point across, because he's so good of an actor, they were like, all right, we'll just train you in some stuff. I don't know what they did, but they worked with him anyway. He had the ultimate showdown with Bruce Leroy. And finally, he kept asking, who was the master? Because it was his hubris that actually took him out. If he just finished the fight, he could have. But his hubris took him out. He kept telling Leroy, who was the master? Who was the master? And that gave Leroy enough time to think and realize the answer. The master is neat all along. And once he realized that he himself is the master, this true master that he's been waiting for, to get to that next level, that's how he was. He had this glow about him. He had the glow, the soul glow, whatever you want to call it. His inner chi. Classic 1980s Last Dragon. That's how it ends. Bruce Leroy, aka the first brother to go Super Saiyan. Happy Black History Month. Now, back to you guys.
Like, share, subscribe.
All right, so another fantastic hashtag Camism upload. Me doing hard work over here, staying up late nights just to entertain you all. Speaking of which, as we mentioned earlier, Thirsty Thursdays is coming back, so we got some more late nights ahead of me. So donate some Red Bull to your boy. Like, share, and subscribe. I upload every Monday, and soon on Thirsty Thursdays on YouTube page, I upload every Thursday. That's all I got about that. As I was told by McAG, my transition is a little lackluster today, so I will slowly, now purposely, I'll blame on the alcohol. I'm going to drag this as long as I can until someone else comes up with another transition for us to go to our next topic.
In case you guys didn't realize, last week your boy Trey Proper wasn't here, and because I was
nobody noticed.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you know it now. Anyway, so over that break we had a movie drop. You guys actually did the show. You did a great and amazing job. I'm gonna give you your flowers right here on the show. And you talked about this movie last week, none other than Quantum Mania. I almost pulled her my damn self. I didn't get to see it then. I finally got to see it a couple of days ago, and now we're about to spoil the whole fucking thing. So if you haven't seen it, hey, it's been 2 weeks. Get good. Like, get your shit together. Anyway,
log off because we
Get
got
movies. Get film.
do what you gotta do. Yeah, actually, I didn't know that Trey wasn't here. Carolyn, asshole. Anyway,
show ran pretty good last week too.
good shit. So,
Petty proper.
So what did you guys think? I personally, I did enjoy it. I have a little bit of a mixed feeling about it because, of course, and here comes Cam. It did not follow any source material, but there's none to be able to follow on this because they're building their setup for the multiversal wars that are to come. So as an Ant-Man movie, I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. It was nice to see his relationship with his daughter, him and Pims, their relationship like as a whole family. Like, okay, cool. Like they just totally ignored her actual biological mother, and she's not even in the movie. So
I was about to say real quick, just a quick interjection. Something that nobody's really talked about that was interjected into the movie. Cassie called him Grandpa Hank.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. Like, I was like, oh, she said, wait a minute. She said Grandpa Hank. Wait, did Hank and Hope get married?
Right,
Yeah.
but she still calls Hope, right? Like, she still calls her by her first name, but Grandpa Hank is Grandpa. You know what? You're trying to secure the bag. You're trying to get that trust fund check, and I'm not mad at it. Do what you gotta do, Hope. Do what you gotta do. I'm not mad.
all right, so what did you guys think of the movie overall?
I thought it was a great setup for Phase 5. The second best Ant-Man, in my opinion. And like I said last week, the title should be called White People Touching Shit They Shouldn't Be Touching. So, in essence, because,
Can you elaborate?
yes, I can. She sat there and they literally just said, like, hey, don't go ahead. Janet said, don't go fucking around with the what's the name?
And in that case, it should be called Old White Bitch Who Spoke Up from the Beginning.
Ain't gonna lie, she treated the quantum realm like it's prison. Like, hey man, whatever happens inside to survive, I just had to do it.
She gave the cheeks to Bill Murray and Kang.
I was just about to say it. I was about to nigga.
Do we really think she gave up? Is that the reason why Kang didn't kill her? Because she gave the cheeks up?
Yeah.
I was like, why she still alive? I was thinking that, but I didn't want to be the one. I didn't want to go.
Hold on. She over there and said that, hey, I'm not gonna tell you motherfuckers this because Kane came and clapping my fucking cheeks for 30 years, and why the fuck would I go ahead and talk about that shit?
So you remember the
I mean,
Titanic
she
where
did
Rose?
say she was happy not to be alone anymore, and I was like, "Oh, you got the
He saved her life.
big."
He conquered her all right.
She got
She got
Kang's
the
dang.
BBD. She got the BBD. Okay.
I mean,
Anybody
look, wait,
know what
okay.
BBD
So
is?
all I'm
Think about
saying, all I'm saying is like I said, she didn't know where she was gonna be, how long it was, and whatever. And times got lonely, so yeah, no one blames her. Hell, even Hank's like, yeah, I don't, hey, look, you were gone for 30 years.
Listen,
So
if you don't think Hank wasn't knocking the bottom out of them interns at Pemtech, you are
And then he
sorely
realized
mistaken.
she was smart, and then she was smart too. Yeah.
Dude,
They was
I
looking
mean,
So I want to say this one thing. I want to say this about the movie though that just made me so upset and I hate with a burning passion hate Hank's daughter. I'm not Hank's daughter. Lang's daughter.
now she got the
Cassie.
Cassie. Yeah, Cassie's the worst. Like the worst. Like she's oozing of white privilege. She's like.
very much.
I mean, how much? Like she's all like, "Oh, you should fight for your right." Like, yo, this man literally saved not just the world, the universe. This man saved the universe, and you over here like, Dad, you don't do anything important. Bitch, I just saved the universe. I fought alien invasions.
Millions of people that I brought back.
Right.
Shit.
When the blip happened, I unblipped things. Like, y'all mad at me? And you talking about like, oh, just because I'm not out there protesting what? Homeless vets who couldn't sleep under a bridge, and because I told you, hey, I keep bailing out of jail. The fact that she can go to jail and knew that her dad was gonna bail her out. The fact that she went to jail unharmed and then she gonna give back a police car, shrink.
Thank you.
And walks out the station. And like that is the part that infuriates me more than anything else. I'm like, oh man, the insufferable teacher with the white privilege, and she doesn't even know that she's even privileged. That's the worst part.
You know what? This also means that they didn't search her. Because if you've ever been in holding, they damn near strip your ass down.
Down to the fucking what's the name, shoestrings.
Yes, so she was able to hold a car in her pocket.
I've never been in holding, but clearly some of y'all have.
That's enough.
I was never convicted of anything,
but I did actually enjoy the film though. I did. It wasn't ew. I just read the comments.
Shut up! Shut the fuck up!
Anyway, so yeah,
who the cheeks was given to in the comments.
What do you guys think of the first exploration we got into the multiverse, things that we're going to see? Because if you haven't seen the movie, sorry, come back after you watch the movie. But we got to see the multiverse played out. We got you, of course, Kang didn't make it, and
allegedly.
we got
did he though?
Allegedly,
we don't know. We don't know if he made it or not. It's very possible that the Kang that we saw in the movie could end up either being He Who Remains coming back, and because the way they explained it, the timeline is infinite. It's always rotating. Things are going to different places. We didn't see her body. We just saw him being transported somewhere else, and it looks very painful the process he went through. Go ahead, Rick.
So there's a what if storyline where Kang becomes pure quantum energy, and they kind of alluded to that in this movie by him getting sucked into that power source. I think that's kind of where we're leading to. But also, I mean, I like the movie. Like all of the bad reviews and everything. It's funny because everybody here pretty much said the same thing. Just like, why the fuck is this movie getting bad reviews? And we all know why the movie's getting bad reviews. It's because a black man is appearing to be more powerful than Thanos. And it's the black man sitting there literally just laying the smack down and putting the dick down on all of these white people. And it's just like, nah.
Right.
No, we can't deal with all of this. We can't deal with all this black supremacy. But it's I thought it was a pretty damn good movie. The exploration of the multiverse has me encouraged because we got Immortus, we got Pharaoh Ramatut, and it has now been confirmed that the other third Kang that's supposed to be a leader of the Council of Kangs is a play on the Silver Centurion. So
Right.
I'm excited to see this. Also, we got a Easter egg for Rama Tut in Moon Knight. If you look at the back of the kid's jacket when he's in Egypt, you see the Rama Tut thing. So we now know that Rama Tut is a part of the Marvel legacy or the MCU, and it's been confirmed in this. And also, I mean, really, if you think about it, like people are just like, oh, we're not going to see Kang again until Kang Dynasty. Kang is going to be in a lot of shit. There's going to be a variant. There are so many different variants. So for those of you guys that don't know, in the comics, there have been a lot of characters that have been retconned to be a different version of Kang. I think that's what we're going to get a lot of in Phase 5. I think there's going to be a version of Kang that shows up in some form or fashion in a lot of movies and series, and you're not even going to really notice. You're just like, fuck is Jonathan Majors doing in this? That's not Kang. Like, for example, Mr. Gryphon, who ends up being someone who takes over Avengers Towers, who is the leader of the Kang Corporation, and that's Kang spelled Qeng. I mean, we've already seen that building in Loki 1, where it was pruned out of reality.
It's like you saw the Sphinx, which was the spaceship for, but go off. You got it. Go ahead.
I mean, but yeah, like it's just I like the breadcrumbs that are being thrown out here. Honestly I think the movie is getting bad reviews in my honest opinion, is because we are experiencing a little bit of superhero fatigue, but that's because that's mostly coming from people who are loud and who aren't as engaged with it as the rest of the nerd community. That's my opinion.
Honestly, I think it's the opposite. I think the nerd community is the one who's claiming fatigue, because the ones who are complaining the most are the ones who have, like I said, we've had our end game, and that was a crescendo. It was the epics and everything like that. So it's like now at this point we got to start all over. Like I've been saying, Phase 4 is all about rebuilding, starting over, and everybody wants end game all over again, or they can't wait for like whatever happens, the result of what's going on. So it's a lot of impatience, and I also do feel like Phase 4 did throw a lot at us at one time. It felt like almost like Marvel films used to be an event.
It wasn't a movie; it was a TV show or
like
type of series.
It used to be something exciting, like oh man, it was like almost like a year or so between like each Iron Man movie, and it was like Iron Man 1 came out in 2008, and Avengers didn't happen until 2012, and that was all of Phase 1.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good 3-4 years.
I just thought about a meme. No, you know the meme of the little white girl sitting on the couch and the real big ass black dude sitting around her, and it's just like you put me on the little white girl and then just put MCU movies on the black dude.
or Janet Pym on the couch, the whole bunch of things behind her.
Can I have an opportunity to talk, because I think I'm the only person who hasn't really had a chance to elaborate yet. Maybe Herb has not. So can we talk about Mr. Victor Timely just for a moment, and the importance of Mr. Victor Timely in that post-credit scene? And I will say this. There were two people. I was touched by the fact that they came to see this movie because they probably know more about, earlier editions as far as the comics and the source material is concerned. There was like this senior citizen couple that I don't know for sure if they were senior citizens, but because they were not melanated, they could have been younger than what they were. But I digress.
They were actually in their 30s. They were in their 30s.
Movie theater. Looked like senior citizens, and they were like, oh, there was a whole lot of waiting for that last, like post-credit scene, and it just seemed like it was not important. And I specifically said to them that post-credit scene was probably the most important post-credit scenes that they could have played. Like, yeah, you got the Council of Kings, but I feel like Victor Timely is the godfather or the birthing of the TVA. I feel like he's the person who's probably created the TVA, and he's, like every Kang variant is not a good one or a bad one. I feel like that Kang variant in specifically was probably one of the good ones. And I feel like Loki, it's a huge setup for Loki season 2. And that's the other part that, the senior citizens weren't really like thinking about. It's a huge setup for Loki season 2, because I feel like season 1 was them focusing on hunting down different Lokis. And I feel like season 2 is going to be them hunting down different versions of Kang, different He Who Remains. And it's going to give us so much more insight on Kang as like as an individual, and I don't think people realize just how intricate this big bad is going to be. Like, it's setting up Doom. It's setting up so many other things that people are just not giving it credit for. And I'm trying to like scale down what I want to say because we got like 5 minutes. But the point is that people aren't giving Mr. Victor Timely more time, more credit than he really should. He had that Frederick Douglass middle part hairstyle going on. And people are
It kind of reminded me of Mr. Glass.
Right. He's giving us all of that. So it's like, look at that scene again and let's think about that. That's all I'm going to say. And I'll give somebody else time to elaborate or deep dive if they want to deep dive. But to me, that was the most important post-credit scene.
Did you say elaborate or elaborate?
I said elaborate. But I
heard elaborate.
As far as Victor Timely is concerned, he could be
nobody trusts.
Elaborate. I gave you the damn credit. Shit. Anyway, just one thing I did want to point out though, is this Kang the Conqueror? Is he a legit? I mean, now that we know that he's supposed to be a bad guy, but I mean, is he really a bad guy? If Scott said at the end of the movie, hey, if I die, everybody else dies. So I mean, yeah, he's the bad guy because he got rid of he started destroying most of the multiverse and everything. But if it's not that one multiverse going on right there,
ask the question again, Herb.
I said this Kang the Conqueror.
The one that was in Quantumania.
The Quantumania.
Okay.
He may be bad, but he's not as bad as we really think. Because I mean, Scott said at the end of the movie, like, hey, he said that everything is gonna be destroyed if I don't go ahead and do what I do, which is going to go to different multiverses.
So he's not bad, but he's bad, but he's not bad.
But he's not.
When Janet,
to answer your question, yeah, he is still a bad guy. He is very much a bad guy. Like he's a bad guy.
Throughout the movie, he was talking about he wanted to burn people from time. He wanted to wipe them from existence. When Janet touched the machine, ultimately touching his mind, she saw him killing trillions of people. He's still Kang in general. Also, the main thing about Kang is no matter how good he is or how good he was, he turns in to a Morris and doesn't give a fuck. He's going to murder and take over whatever the fuck. He's a conqueror. That's what he does. He's the ultimate bad guy. And you can't kill him.
But then,
I'm not just saying that there aren't good variants of him, but majority of his variants are evil.
Majority of the variants are evil, but most, like, even look at Iron Lad, who eventually turns into the Crimson Suspicion.
Right.
He started out as a good guy. He got sent back in the past. He got taken in the past by Kang, and he got trained up and learned a lot of different things from a previous version of Kang. Ultimately, throughout his time with the Young Avengers, he becomes a bad guy. He becomes the big bad in that story. So I'm of the opinion that no matter what you do with Kang, Kang's going to Kang. He's gonna be a bad guy.
Kang's gonna Kang.
You just if you can convince Ravonna Renslayer to just love this nigga and hug him every once in a while, he doesn't become that bad.
Well, if he wasn't busy getting.
If Ravonna would just kiss this nigga on the cheek and give him a hug and say, "Baby, it's gonna be okay," he doesn't become the conqueror. I promise.
But he had Janet down there with him, and he's
not
still
the same.
out there.
No, it's not the same. It's just like when you're hungry for something. It's like when you're hungry. It's like when you're hungry for a certain meal, and then you have something. Right, exactly.
He had Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh no, but think about it. If you've been thinking about having a certain food for a while, and then all of a sudden you eat like a whole fucking box of crackers, you're still hungry after that because it wasn't the sensation that you needed to feel. It wasn't the urge that you needed to feel. He had Mikaela Pfeiffer, but at the same time, no nigga, I'm hungry for Verona, and it just wasn't the same. It was like, man, listen, I got this. I was about to say something really terrible. I'm gonna nix that from my mind, but. It's like I had this, but in actuality, this is what I want. This is what's going to satiate my urge to conquer. Now I don't have it, so guess what? Everybody got to pay.
All right.
I am-
all
I
right.
I empathize with Kang.
Great.
Kang did nothing wrong.
Dre, we're gonna talk about this in the Discord. All right. Yeah, come on, Herb. Let's do this.
Yeah. As always, guys, like, share, subscribe on all of our social media platforms. Be
We
sure to
talk
check.
about Last of Us.
We'll talk. I guess we
Nico,
talk
what time do we have?
next week.
You're
What
right.
time we got?
And they
My
left
bad.
us on a cliffhanger anyway. Let's go.
Thursdays, this coming Thursday. Be sure to check it out on that YouTube channel. As always, guys, like, share, subscribe. Up to it, down to it. Fuck those who don't do it. We do it because we used to it. Drink, motherfucker, drink.
That's the only thing that Herb can say right.
Shut the fuck up, Cam.